Hello, welcome to Atrocious Gameplay. As you guys may know, if you know me from twitch.tv/atrocious gameplay, YouTube is something that I don't really do that often, but starting this new year, I'm trying to grow the channel, obviously, and I felt like YouTube was a place that could be pretty good. I could use it posting maybe a video once a week, different types of ideas with you guys. I got a lot of good ideas I'll preview at the end of the video. And then also maybe if I can't make a couple streams, or for instance, I have a work trip coming up here in a couple weeks, that could be a good time to upload YouTube videos as well. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be showing off my full art supporter collection in the trading card game. As you guys know, I love Pokemon full art supporters more than any card in the world. I think they're the most beautiful things in the world. So I'm collecting at least one of all of them. I don't have all of them. Obviously, you can see over here, I am 31 out of 124. Now, I will say the 124 does not showcase the Cosmic Eclipse. I don't even know kind of what their character cards with the Pokemon. So like they're Pokemon cards, but they've got trainers on them as well. I'll be showing you the ones that I have, but that does not factor into this count because specifically I collect the ones in Japanese, and the rest of the cards are in English. So if we want to count them, you let me know down in the comments. Hey, yeah, you should count them in the total. And this will happen every so often with updates. Being in college and stuff, I obviously can't buy a new card like every day. And some of the cards are pretty doggone expensive, as you guys know, considering like Cynthia from Hidden Fates. You got the Lily from Ultra Prism. There are some pretty expensive cards, so those probably won't be seen for a while. But every so often, as I collect a couple more each time, because the earlier sets, they're a lot cheaper when I find them, I will showcase them to you guys and give you guys updates on that. So let's get into it. All right, going into it. These are the world sleeves that I have. My friend actually played at DC and got them for me, but this right here, these sleeves, some beautiful sleeves I got from the North American International Championships. Absolutely beautiful sleeves. Pikachu balancing the balls on its head, and it's going to go into my first 60 full art supporters that I get. So right now we're at 31. When I get the other quick math, 29. I'm sorry. We will get those. So let's move on into the first one. So the first one I got going on is AZ. Now, his story didn't really make sense in X and Y, but his story makes sense in the Pokemon trading card game. Putting a Pokemon back into your hand, discarding all the other things attached to it. Pretty useful in Egg Row. And another one useful in Egg Row and also Zoro Garb, another Zoro Dex, is Bridget. Putting 3 basic Pokemon or 1 EX on the field. That doesn't include GXs, so you could put 3 basic GX Pokemon on your bench immediately. So very, very good card. And one of my favorites, I love the different color contrasts on this card, is Delinquent. Now, Delinquent is also banned in the trading card game. It is very, very powerful, discarding 3 cards from your opponent's hand and a stadium in play. So think about a stadium heavy meta right now. It would absolutely just dominate everything. And one of my personal Pokemon waifus, Skyla. I absolutely love Skyla. This was actually, I think, the first full art supporter I ever got before I started really competing in the Pokemon trading card game. Just absolutely beautiful. I love blue, as you guys know, in her blue suit, the different colors of blue on it, and then also the wink is just very charming. But one that I don't really like in terms of characters, Team Flare Grunt, again, part of the X and Y. The bad guys in X and Y, in my opinion, were just straight garbage. So, not super great in my opinion, but I do like the red, the yellows, the different colors in this one. And a beautiful card, though, is and part of the Black and White 2 generation. Just absolutely stunning. Also a very powerful card. It's going to be used up until it rotates out. Definitely one that you want to put on your list. But Shauna is one that you could probably find pretty cheap anywhere. I'm actually what does the card do? Search, draw 5 cards, shuffle your hand and draw 5. So it's not as good as Cynthia, which is draw 6, which is why that it's not very playable. And then Team Rocket's Handiwork. I really like this card. I think it's really cool how they shaped the people into the R for Rocket. It's also used in a lot of control decks right now, especially in Expanded. Discarding cards from the top of your opponent's deck up to 4, which could actually be pretty powerful if you hit heads on the right part. Hashtag hit heads forehead. Moving into Pokemon Ranger, I'm not a huge fan of this card art-wise. I do like the diversity of it, but the green is just a little bit too ugly. But it's usually a one-of because ADP is so prevalent right now in both Standard and Expanded. So Expanded uses that a lot. And then Karen, an absolutely stunning card. I love the contrast of the red and the blue hair for her. Also, the gold outfit she has on is very, very pretty. And just that smile's just stunning. Brock's Grid. Now, this is one of the ones that are not the silver border. Brock's Grid, pretty playable in some decks. But it's also been in Standard for a while, has a print in, I believe it's Unbroken Bonds, which I don't have yet, but soon enough. And then Team Skullgrunt, this one is actually really, really cool. I love the different colors that are on this card. Absolutely stunning. It's very, very, very pretty, showing off a lot of different things. And I also like Team Skullgrunt's outfits. They're one of my favorite sets of bad guys, in my opinion. I know they have a bad rap. And then Big Hala, Big Kahuna Hala with the fire around him. I think it's a cool card. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not anywhere near my least favorites. So Hala right there. How's is it grandfather? I think it's grandfather. This one I actually got the day of recording this video. Mallow. It's so beautiful. Mallow, it's a very light, touching, soft set of colors, but it's very, very beautiful. I don't think the camera does it justice, honestly, in this recording, but absolutely stunning. You can get it for pretty cheap, too. Acerola, though. Acerola is one of those playable cards in Expanded right now. It just rotated this past season. When Worlds came around, but very, very good. Any Pokemon with damage counters on it goes right back into your hand, and you keep everything on it. So unlike AZ, you don't discard any of the stuff. And then Kiawe, absolutely fiery. Fire decks don't generally do well right now in Expanded, but just think before Welder came around how impactful this card would have been if Reshazard was a part of the meta before the release of Unbroken Bonds. With it and Welder in the set, Kiawe would have run the rails along with Blacksmith, another supporter that I don't have yet. Plumeria, this is another one used a lot in control decks. Honestly, not my favorite. She is pretty sassy and angsty in this photo, though. Gotta give her credit for that, though. The people at Sun and Moon in that development team portrayed her character pretty well, in my opinion. But the pinks and yellows, an interesting contrast that we don't see a lot. So I think that's very, very cool. Mars, this is absolutely stunning. I love the red. I think she's very, very fancy and honestly just kind of a fun card. You know, you draw 2 cards from your hand, discard 1 from the other, and it's always thrilling to get a card that you really, really need. One of the standard cards, we're coming up on the standard cards that I own now. Used a lot in Pidgeotto Control. Volkner. Now, this is one that you might want to buy before Sword and Shield comes out. Very, very useful in Pikorama. Pikorama is poised to be pretty decently good. It's gaining a lot of stuff in the upcoming Sword and Shield set, so I recommend getting this now, whether it's at your local store or TCG player. It's probably the cheapest right now that it's ever been. Bonnie, this one doesn't necessarily see a lot of playability right now. I don't even know if anybody's actually playing a Zygarde deck, but still a cute card. You know her from the anime as Zygarde's best friend. And not necessarily a memorable character for that generation, but at least she has something unique. Faba. This is one that I personally didn't like in the games. I kind of hated Faba. I thought he was just so dumb. But in the trading card game, pretty powerful card, can take away a stadium special energy or a tool card attached to a Pokemon and put it in the lost zone, never to be gained again. Pretty prevalent in decks like Guardian, and also some control decks right now. Morty, this is one I feel like you could see if Reset Stamp wasn't around. A lot of people are playing Malamar and Mewtwo right now, which run a lot of psychic Pokemon, but just not the greatest. Whitney, this is also one you may see in a couple cool decks, some rogue decks, but a very, very pretty card. This one generally runs a little bit more expensive. It is standard. It is a waifu card, I guess some would say, but she's not very intimidating to me. I didn't think that in the second generation that she was actually that tough. Green's Exploration. Now, this runs so high. I happened to get this in a trade from someone I know. They were really looking for some certain cards that I didn't need that I had, and so I traded them this Green's Exploration. Absolutely stunning. Just played in about every non-ability deck. Janine. This card didn't see a lot of playability. I tried to play it at some points, but Janine is so cool in my opinion. She's very fierce. I love her. Absolutely cool. Just look at the top 4 cards and put 2 of them in your hand. It doesn't have any specibilities on it, which is very, very nice. Koga's Trap. This one is absolutely really, really cool in my opinion. Again, not necessarily used, especially in expanded with Hypnotic Laser, but absolutely just looks fierce. I mean, look at his eyes, just absolutely spooky. Wouldn't want to run into this guy in an alley. Mullane. Now, this one is not very good. Like, nobody plays Mullane, but I did pull Mullane on my birthday in 2019, back in September on stream. One that I didn't have before, and now I do. And let me say, I love this guy. Love him. Good memories. But another one of good memories, oh my gosh, one of my favorite right now, Coach Trainer. Absolutely stunning. I think both of the characters look absolutely beautiful looking down. The light coming down on them is also beautiful and pretty. It's kind of having a comeback on some decks. Grimsley. Now, this one's not necessarily used a lot. Maybe some rogue, more control style decks of moving damage counters, but still a cool card. Looking good, in my opinion. Just not super memorable or playable. Guzma, absolutely playable. A lot of people saying Guzma for game. Absolutely great card. Showing off the X on his back. Not a part of Team Skull anymore. Making his good ways now after the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Absolutely stunning card. Also a reprint. I do not have the first one as of right now. Lily's Full Force. Now, this is a very pretty card. I guess. I mean, I think Lily looks the worst in here, but I love the different colors around it. I love that there's a whole bunch of things, and I love that they tried a whole new art style with Lily's Full Force. Absolutely beautiful card. Not very good. I don't think it's played in any of the meta decks right now, and it's also, as you can see, one of the hardest cards to focus on my camera, as my camera is not very good. Trying to give you guys some good stuff with it. Now, moving on to the Dream League ones. I personally didn't add the English versions of these cards because I'm not a huge fan. There I have a Weavile. We're just doing a quick glance of these. I open up Dream League boxes because I want to collect one card of every set. I'm getting really close to collecting them all. It's going to be harder and harder, but I also have a beautiful Chonker Pikachu with red. Absolutely stunning card. Using Nuzzle decks. Throwing back on the Dawn and Piplup. Everybody loves Dawn. Piplup's a cool Pokemon as well. Piplup, kind of cool in some decks I've seen. I've got the Sharon and the Stoutland, which is absolutely wonderful. If you don't know what the ability is, it's called Arf Arf Bark. It's pretty cool ability. But one that accidentally slid out of place is Acerola and Mimikyu. Absolutely gorgeous. I love Mimikyu, love Acerola. Great combination and brings out a lot of the personality in Acerola. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, we are going to be doing more of these in the future. As I collect the cards, I'll show you the videos. But head over to twitch.tv/atrociousgameplay. Right now, we've got some goals up. Our next one that we need to hit subscriber-wise, we need 30 subscribers to give away this Atrocious Gameplay game mat. This was given to me by someone I know, and they said, hey, this would be cool to give away. So it's in excellent condition. I've never used it before. It's usually rolled up. But if you are a TCG fan or you want to use it as like a computer mat, like for your mouse or something, mouse pad, make sure to check us out. Subscribe to the channel. Even just following the channel is pretty good. You do get perks with that. And I promised that I would kind of sneak preview some of the other ideas that I had, both for YouTube channel and for Twitch channel. So we can talk about the Twitch ones here. For subscribers, I'm thinking about adding new perks, including giveaway luck. So obviously, subscribers do get extra luck when we do giveaways, but because this is a much bigger giveaway, this is a physical giveaway. We're not just giving away TCGO cards. This one, based on the tier that you sub, it's going to have more luck and whether you have to be here or not. So that's very, very, very exciting. For mail, I'm planning on giving out seasonal mail to my tier 2 subscribers and above. I want to give a little bit more incentive at the tier 2 and tier 3 level because I don't think Twitch has very good starting points for that. So I'm trying to brainstorm ideas for those. Including in the tier 3, not only do you get VIP and seasonal mail plus the 2 emotes with extra luck, but also you will get videos 24 hours before everybody else. So what that will be, I will have a specific channel on Discord for my tier 3s, and I will put in the links to those videos 24 hours before they go up, so you can watch those there if you would like. Also, some video ideas. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more other video ideas as of right now. One of them is the routine you should use in Sword and Shield every day. I plan on putting out the rest of my Sword and Shield playthrough. I think I have it uploaded on YouTube. Something came up during the holidays and I just wasn't able to post it through there. So I'll finish uploading those so then you guys have them, and then I'll start making routine stuff. Also, the best money maker, we can do deck profiles on here for you competitive Pokemon players like myself, and then also highlight videos. I know I said it once and then I went to the hospital and I wasn't able to do it, but we could do highlight videos on this channel. So there it is. There's the sneak previews. Thank you so much for watching Atrocious Gameplay. If you want to support the channel in other ways, hit subscribe, like, all that jazz that YouTubers promote. Hit the follow button on Twitch. If you love coffee, you can check out Player One Coffee. As of right now, my referral link, which I'll put in the description, is 5% off. I'll mention in there, if it's not, I'll test it out when this video goes up, but I don't think it's going to last forever. So if you love coffee and you're a gamer like myself, make sure to go check out Player One Coffee. I've been trying the limited edition Blueberry Bomb. Ooh, fantastic. I will see you guys later. Remember, we are not very good at video games, but we have a very fun time doing it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.